I have an update for everyone. I don't think it's the update that you necessarily want, but it's the update that I have. There won't be a traditional build video this week. I'm about halfway through on some things that I really want to present the full story on. And in order to do that, I gotta finish. In order to finish, well, I gotta take another week to work on the plane. So, back to no video this week, or at least a traditional one. You just couldn't turn down the ad revenue, could you? I did want to take some time to provide an overall update of where we're at on the project. I think it's helpful for myself as well as you to know what big picture is left and where I'm going with this thing. Hopefully in the air, but it's gonna take a while to get there. The people don't want this. As you can see, I've been spending money way faster than I can earn it, which is concerning. But these are all the parts that I am gonna need to take this thing to the finish line. All of these newly purchased parts, along with what's already on the shelf, and along with what I've been putting on the plane for the last few weeks, should be the majority of the big ticket items I need to get this thing flight ready. What you're looking at on the table is primarily everything I need to mount an engine. I have the engine hoses, the engine baffling, the engine alternator, the engine oil cooler, the engine mounts, the engine sensors, engine fittings, the engine intake. I have, I think, everything needed. It's the engine. Just about. You're missing the engine. I am missing one thing, aren't I? Are you about done here? It's the engine. The engine's missing. I hate giving this update nearly as much as I hated hearing this update, but my engine has been delayed. Originally, I had a completion date of actually just 2 days ago. I've known for about 2 months now that there is a chance that they may not make that date. They being the good people at Continental Engines working on my Titan IOX 370. Now, in defense of the fine folks at Continental, they originally told me a timeline of 12 to 18 months, and I skipped right to the 12-month end of that timeline and pushed hard for it. They obliged. They provide a possible completion date of March 6th, and around January in my conversations with them, we started talking about the possibilities of delays. I am both thankful and hopeful that right now it looks like the delays will not extend past 8 weeks. They very likely could be well under 8 weeks from what I've told, and I will continue to check in with the team there throughout the process. What does that mean for the build? Well, for one, it means dragging all of these parts off the shelf and onto the tables was a complete waste of time. You just couldn't help yourself, could you? More importantly, it means that I have to get creative because I do not want to slow down on this build. Along with finishing off my list and working on the tail section, there are a number of other areas I can point my efforts, and there is one that's top of mind, though it's a literally very heavy lift and will take a lot of reconfiguring of the space. Before we get to what I'm going to do, let's talk about what I was going to do. My intent was to store my wings and hang my engine and then take everything out to a hangar, or even before I do that, get the fuselage out of here and finish the wings in this space. So what can I do? Well, I think if I reconfigure this space, I can actually physically get a wing at a time fit back here with the fuselage still fit in here. And that will allow me to run the remaining systems in each wing and button up the bottom, meaning rivet those bottom skins on. That alone should take a number of weeks. Getting them back here alone will take probably a week, and figuring out how that's gonna work. And so I think by the time I button those up, hopefully we're looking at an engine, fingers crossed. Again, it's going to take some ingenuity, hard work, and probably a little bit of help, but luckily, I think I have enough of that to go around to get this thing done. Seriously, you finished? In the meantime, I do want to thank you for continuing to follow the build. I apologize that I didn't have a more robust video for you this week, but I am excited to bring you a fantastic one next week. Nobody asked for this. I'm excited to continue to hear about what everybody's working on at home, and we'll catch you next time here on Ryan Flies. Don't you want to tell everyone to like and subscribe?